A few of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own disadvantage. It seems like this unmistakable figure in Hollywood is creating all in all a ruckus, passing on numerous to guess about his ongoing remaining in the business, recently feline, isn't getting a very remarkable spot among superstars. And it's all a result of his hesitance towards Hollywood's regular standards and compromises. While different stars are in the middle of playing the game and adjusting to the business, Request Feline does his own thing. Some say he's taking care of his reluctance to think twice about others, appreciate his legitimacy, and regard his refusal to adjust. Obviously, Katt Williams is a novel person who won't hesitate to raise a ruckus, stay consistent with himself, regardless of whether it implies remaining solitary at the center of attention. Well, have you genuinely heard what Katt Williams has been spilling about distinction and fortune in Hollywood? As per him, a wild ride requires forfeits and compromises, regardless of whether you like it. Williams is by all accounts creating all in all a ruckus. By focusing a light on the clouded side of Hollywood, he's been pointing fingers at, in all honesty, Tyler Perry, guaranteeing that Perry's prosperity has placed him in trouble, while numerous VIPs attempt to satisfy the business assumptions. Katt Williams chose to take an alternate course. As opposed to playing along, he has decided to uncover the supposed dull mysteries of Hollywood. And a mysterious society known as the Illuminati. Williams transparently goes against this cryptic gathering, and has even discussed the risks and dangerous nature of his straightforwardness. It's unquestionably a shocking turn in his vocation, and the truth will surface at some point what repercussions it will have for him in the business. A few of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own impairment. When individuals are against the Illuminati, then they get hit upside the head constantly. The press detests them, and no one prefers them. End statement. Already, when Williams spoke, Hollywood wound up in tangle accentuations, where his name had been hauled through the mud. Everything began when he confronted extreme reaction for getting into a battle with a 17-year-old, a story that immediately fanned out, like quickly discoloring his standing, as though that wasn't an adequate number of reports about a rundown of capture warrants related with him overflowed the web, causing much more disorder. It's a brutal update that one wrong maneuver or affiliation can prompt a quick ruin in this relentless industry. Meddling with strong figures can have desperate results for one's profession, as well as possibly in any event. For their life media outlets' unforgiving nature and the embellishment of stories have surely negatively affected Katt Williams, leaving him in a dubious position. Might you at any point accept that the people who challenge the scandalous Illuminati become survivors of physical or close to home breakdowns? A chilling disclosure has people talking in Hollywood during a meeting with Feline Williams, known for his blunt nature, didn't keep down when gotten some information about the Illuminati. He valiantly shared his considerations anyway. His co-star, in all honesty, the skilled Ed Steerages couldn't resist the opportunity to give out an apprehensive giggle with a sparkle access. His eye rudder said, "We're illegal to answer that we'll be killed in the event that we answer that." Williams said that the genuine obscure dynamic of the Illuminati is that for we who chase the Illuminati and do fight against them, we know they're truly. The fascinating part is all of us are attempting to be the Illuminati by the day's end. Since those are the illuminated ones, it doesn't exactly make any difference that this gathering is illuminated under imaginary conditions. What will be in any case. It's tied in with having the data, and as long as they have the data we don't have, they will keep on being basically as genuine as they have forever been. In 2013, Katt Williams discussed his film Frightening Film 5 Inches and raised a few charming subjects, including the issue of dark entertainers being constrained to wear dresses on screen anyway. This discussion turned out to be significantly more important when Kevin Hart showed up on SNL wearing a dress around a similar time. The Tattle Factory is humming with captivating subtleties from 2013. Katt Williams, never one to avoid dubious points, had a remarkable discussion about his film's startling Film 5. His notice of dark entertainers being constrained to wear dresses on the screen grabbed everybody's eye, much to anyone's dismay that this conversation would before long turn out to be significantly more pertinent around a similar time. Kevin Hart showed up on SNL wearing location. It was a stunning second that had people talking and eyebrows raised music. Applause. Wow, wow, what I don't think anybody saw this one. Curiously, preceding this, Dave Chappelle had once inquired as to whether he could at any point consider wearing a dress at the time. Kevin solidly expressed that he had individual pewduff points. He could never cross, yet his unexpected choice to wear a dress left many scrutinizing his previous position. And considering what prompted this shift in perspective, the focus on dark entertainers, and the dress contention turned into a hotly debated issue, filling discussions and hypothesis inside the business. I'll tell one more extraordinary jokester said that attempted to make him wear a dress. Have you at any point ran into that with grass saying? And it's something that you realize you wouldn't most certainly haven't ran into placed on the trust. I mean, you realize you must have limits. You must have limits that you won't cross. You realize safeguarding my image is certainly vital this time. Williams targeted. In all honesty, the eminent Tyler Perry, in a meeting with Rock Bluster's Feline, didn't keep down as he dished on his legitimate difficulties and spilled some tea about an impending film he's set to star in Close by Owen Wilson and Ed Rudders, which is recorded in Atlanta. Yet it was the excellent finale of the meeting that left jaws dropping during a word affiliation practice. Katt Williams amazingly marked Tyler Perry, a cross-dresser, the daringness. It appears as though there's a lot of bad blood between these two Hollywood heavyweights. The comment has created, all in all, a ruckus with fans and industry insiders. Considering what started such a provocative name, he has of late worked up a remarkable tattle storm by examining the issue of dark VIPs wearing dresses in Hollywood. As per Feline, it's a question of individual decision, as well as rather a custom authorized by the business. And Surmas, whose name has come up regarding this hotly debated issue. As a matter of fact, Tyler Perry, the multi-gifted producer and entertainer, there have been murmurs and bits of hearsay circling that Tyler Perry's prosperity could have something to do with his supposed relationship with the cryptic Illuminati. Some hypothesize that Perry's famous Medea character, the weapon-using grandmother plays, had an impact in his ascent to popularity. Applause. Berger's disinfection for a considerable length of time to ensure his kid can set off for college. Micro Man is so secure in itself to ensure his family had what he really wanted. He would remain on this stage and address what in a noteworthy meeting with T.I. on his quickly webcast. Tyler Perry tended to a point made by Dave Chappelle. Quite a long time back, Chappelle had blamed Hollywood for weakening people of color by placing them in dresses for benefit. And it appears Perry had a remark about it to these conversations around the depiction of people of color in Hollywood. And the contention encompassing dresses makes certain to keep people talking and hypotheses whirling. Group. I'm a trick. There is to a certain extent like when I interface staffs that perhaps ought not be associated. I don't know yet beginning that resembles when I see that they put each person of color in the motion pictures in a dress sooner or later in their profession. I'll interface them down like why this multitude of siblings need to wear dress that has happened to me. I'm doing a film with Martin. Definitely the film's going great. So I stroll on the trailer. I'm similar to man. This should be an off-base trailer. Since there's a dress in here, it's Katt Williams, as well as Dave Chappelle himself, discussed this occurrence happening to him. While recording a film with Martin Lawrence, he recognized that he is a connivance scholar, and that he drew an obvious conclusion about dark entertainers being approached to wear a dress. Despite the fact that he said he felt awkward wearing a dress, there was still tension on him to wear it. which is somewhat dubious. Feline Williams has tossed Martin Lawrence in with the general mishmash, charging that Lawrence confronted comparable endeavors at control inside the business. As per Williams, very much like they attempted to control him, there were likewise endeavors to control Martin Lawrence anyway. When Lawrence wouldn't consent, they clearly depended on making him look insane. Reports arose of an occurrence, including Martin Lawrence, where he purportedly ran into traffic on occupied Ventura Road in Sherman Oaks. Observers guaranteed that Lawrence was reviling and shouting at approaching vehicles. With a gun in his pocket, the entertainer's activities were portrayed as whimsical, with him yelling "Battle the Foundation." And after Martin was taken to the clinic, it began to guess that he had quit taking his drug, while in actuality, it was only a method for making him look insane, so individuals might have a hard time believing what he said. In regards to Hollywood attempting to kill him in this show, it was only one individual who accepted Martin in what he said, and that was Dave Chappelle. He could hardly imagine how a solid man like Martin would abruptly have an episode like this. Currently, did you comprehend the reason why Dave Chappelle came to Martin Lawrence's protection? When bits of gossip about his supposed wildness twirled around it, turns out Chappelle has encountered a comparable difficulty in his own excursion through Hollywood. We should rewind to 2005, which Chappelle Show's exceptionally expected third season was set to make a big appearance anyway. Things took an extreme turn when Chappelle suddenly strolled off the set, leaving everybody baffled. He bounced on a plane to South Africa.